What is up, beautiful people? I'm back again with another video. As you know, I'm Tara J, and I'm back again with another video. Hey, back again with another video. Hey, back again with another video. Hey. But let's jump right into it. What? Before we jump right into it, guys, you guys already know what I'm about to get into and what I'm about to say. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Hit the bell right next to it so you know every time I post a video. And if you just love me so much, or if you're getting to love me, you're starting to love me, because I'm starting to love you, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up as well, because join the love family, because I am always going to love you. Okay, this video talks about the beginning of the year, once again, strategies and tips on diving into the classroom as a new teacher at a new school, or just simply a new teacher, period. Of course, the first thing you want to do is lay down your ground rules, your expectations, your procedures, your classroom routines, and maybe throw out a syllabus, depends on what grade you're in. I would say I would still piggyback off my first video, off of first impression. It doesn't have to be a typical, all right, these are my classroom rules, line up, line straight, stand in line, be quiet, don't talk in the hallway, turn your homework in on time, 50%. If you don't turn in late, you get 50% off. Homework is due on this day, 10% of the grade, blah, 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 blah. You really think a third grader gives to care about all of that stuff that you just said? No. They care about how exciting this year is going to be and how beneficial it's going to be for them if they actually care about their own education. Okay? That's how they care about it. How fun it's going to be. How fun are you going to be as their new teacher in this new school year? So figure out a way to figure out how to tell them that it's going to be a great year. As long as they respect you, you're going to respect them too. You get what I'm saying? So let's dive into that. Here is some examples on things you can possibly create in the beginning of the school year. You may have heard this before. For the younger ones, I've used it a lot. Some of my co-teachers use it a lot. Some of my teachers that I've worked with in other grade levels have used it a lot. And I find it very useful and a very successful. I'm sorry if you hear my heat is like below 1,000 in Chicago right now. So if you hear my heat turning on back and forth, it is what it is, okay? But anyway, I find this very effective that most teachers use. 1, 2, 3, eyes on me. That's very effective. They tend to react off that. Another thing that I use, I'm not sure where I got it from, but I've been using it for a couple of years. I know for a fact I'm not gonna act like I created it. So if you want it, you can have it. It's very useful. The teacher says, or I say, when my voice is on, your voice is, and then the students will all say together, off. It's one of those transition things where the students are talking and you're trying to get their attention back, or just collect them and all in one. And maybe they're losing themselves. Maybe it's a recess time and you're trying to transition from recess. Any possible thing that they're maybe just on one, use it. When my voice is on, your voice is. They only have to say one word. It's really not hard. So off, and it tends to work effortlessly. And no matter what time of the day or how many times a day you say it, you can have 18 kids. One of them kids gonna say it throughout that day. You can have all 18 say it in the morning, but by the afternoon, no matter what, they're gonna have it down. When my voice is on, your voice is. And that's simple enough, right? Simple enough. Here's another tactic. You're giving out expectations and classroom rules and things like that. How about role play? We've always been trying to show how to, what is it called? Character play, dress up, be somebody else, act as if you're a police officer. Stage play of that sort, dramatic play. That's the term exactly they use in ECE, dramatic play. We've been pushing that for a really, really, really long time. And why do we remove it from elementary school, or why do we remove it from middle school? Because those things still trigger in the child's mind of excitement, right? We can get up, we can get out of our seat. We're not actually in the books learning. We're definitely learning how to be better people and be more respectful for our classmates and the people around us in our classroom, as well as our teacher in our education. But it's not one of those like we're reading a paper and we're sitting here reading. Number one says be quiet at all times. Number 2 says, raise your hand. Like, that sucks. I'm not even gonna lie, that sucks. That even sucks when I read it out loud to them. Like, who wants to do that? I know you have to do that, but there has to be other ways for you to present that out for it not to be so draining and boring. Everything about education, some things are gonna be boring. Yeah, we know. We got to get that lesson out about Civil War or whatever. You feel me? But everything don't have to be boring if it's not specifically tied to something academic, if that makes sense. You can figure out a way to create anchor charts for the classroom. How about you all create one rule and we all write it down for the classroom? We all give our own self, hold ourselves accountable for these rules that we made in our classroom. You say we shouldn't be chewing gum in the classroom. Yep, little Johnson said not to chew gum, so I'm with that. So we're going to write that down. You say keep your hands off of other people's bodies and soft touches and gentle touches. Absolutely. That's what Sam said. I am sure absolutely with that too. So I'm going to write that down. Raise your hand at all time. Oh, little Layla said that, with that too. So I'm going to write that down. And then when the things come up and throughout the year, when the students or our friends are not doing those things that their own friends created or they created themselves, then we have to figure out a way around it, or we got to figure out something else, because that means you broke the rules on what the classroom, our as a unit classroom expectations were. If you would like some more tips on how to regulate that or just express yourself in a more exciting way when it comes to making sure you know that this is going to be an amazing year, but don't play with me at the same time, definitely comment below, because I'm pretty sure I've perfected that in so many different ways on so many different age levels where I can give you way much more advice. If you want advice on how to be the strict teacher and the fun teacher and meet them in the middle at the same time, definitely comment below, because I have tips and insight on how to be your child's favorite teacher or your parents' child's favorite teacher. Okay? All right, as you guys know it, as always, I am here to love the child first and educate them second. I am Tara J. Peace.